The true story of the Ku Klux Klan. This symbol right here represents the KKK. The traditional red, white, and black symbol, known as the blood drop, is also a form of the original design. In the cross wheel, we see the cross of Jesus Christ, the wheel of creativity, the circle of unity, and motion. Through the centuries, not one symbol has represented the white race better than the cross wheel. After the Civil War, the blacks got more rights, freedom, and etc. Some whites thought that sooner or later, blacks would overrule whites. So in 1866, a white terrorist group called the Ku Klux Klan was formed. Former slave trader and Confederate General Nathan Bedford Forrest formed this group. The purpose of the KKK was to restore white supremacy after the American Civil War. The Klan resisted Reconstruction by threatening freed men, also known as freed slaves, and white Republicans, members of the abolitionist movement. The KKK quickly then started using violent methods to solve their problems and hates. Many blacks were scared of the KKK, and here's one of the reactions of a black slave named Pierce Harper. The KKK would go to the jails and take the colored men out and knock their brains out and break their necks and throw them in the rivers. There was a colored man they'd taken. His name was Jim Freeman. They'd taken him, destroyed his stuff and him because he was making money, and so they hung him on a tree in his front yard right in front of his cabin. To terrorize the blacks and to scare the blacks, the KKK burned their houses down, hung them, and even tortured them. Hanging was a warning to the blacks, abolitionists, and the whole town. Though for the KKK it showed them pride and joy, many blacks were frightened and scared. In 1871, the governors in the South were unwilling to take the violence by the KKK. So in 1871, Benjamin Franklin Butler made an act called the Ku Klux Klan Act, also known as the Civil Rights Act of 1871. The KKK Act meant that any terrorist organization that used force are to impose harsh penalties on them. Many hated the act and tried to end it, but it never accomplished. The Second Klan was a fraternal organization with a national and state foundation. In the mid-1920s, the organization included about 15% of the nation's qualified population, approximately 4 to 5 million men. A big decrease happened, which dropped to about 30,000 by 1930, and the KKK's popularity dropped further during the Great Depression and World War II. Eventually, education taught many that colors does not matter, though still some whites are against the blacks still, sadly. For example, in 1977, in the Klan March, much violence was used, but at least racism has slowed down and decreased because of education. The KKK is to still be continued by some. From today, it has been standing for at least 150 years and is still to be continued. There are few today that don't agree with others about different races and that just can't accept them. But they will soon learn, hopefully, so that peace will be final to this world.